Hello everyone. So today's topic is inverse of a matrix. Have you heard the term inverse before? Of course you have not studied inverse of a matrix. This is for the first time you are going to study, but the term inverse is not very new to you. So like if I remind you of inverse of a number system. So earlier you have studied real number and also complex numbers, and also inverse means you have studied additive inverse and multiplicative inverse, right? So additive inverse, in case of a real number, whenever you take any real number a belongs to R, a plus minus a equal to minus of a plus a, that is equal to 0. So 0 is additive identity, as you know. So minus a is additive inverse of a. So for any real number or for any complex number also, you have the additive inverse means negative of that number. If I come to matrix system, if I take any matrix a plus minus a equal to minus a plus a. So we can write like this because matrix addition is commutative. So this is equal to 0 matrix. So it means as 0 is additive identity, because whenever you add 0 to any number, the number doesn't change. Similarly, if you take a matrix plus 0 matrix, so again the matrix remains same. So 0 matrix is the additive identity. So in that way, minus a is called additive inverse of a. And coming to multiplicative inverse, if you take two real numbers a and b such that ab equal to ba equal to 1. So 1 is multiplicative identity because whenever you multiply any number with 1, the number doesn't change. So 1 is multiplicative identity. So for any two real numbers, ab equal to ba equal to 1. So b is called inverse of a. Okay. And also here, because a is a number, we write inverse of a multiplicative inverse of any number is its reciprocal. And in this way, matrix system is a bit different. The basic principle remains same. For example, whenever we consider inverse of a matrix, here matrix means we will consider square matrix. Inverse means we will consider multiplicative inverse. So if the question is find inverse of the following square matrix, then we have to see it is only multiplicative inverse by default, unless the question is not something else. So let's see multiplicative inverse of a matrix. Yeah, simply inverse of a matrix. For any square matrix, yeah, for any non-singular matrix, for any non-singular matrix A of order n, there exists another square matrix B of same order. It means order of A and B should be same, such that A into B equal to B into A equal to identity matrix. Okay, so because I have taken A as order n, B of same order means B is also matrix of order n. Okay, I mean square matrix of order n. So identity matrix will be also of the order n. So that's why I have written. So what you need to see here, AB equal to BA equal to identity matrix. AB and I, they should be of same order, means square matrices of same order. I stands for identity matrix. And we call B as inverse of A. So for getting A inverse, yeah, A inverse equal to B under these conditions. First condition, it should be a non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix means any square matrix whose determinant is not 0. That we will see why it is not a singular. It is basically why non-singular. Second thing is, it should be like AB equal to BA equal to I. In case AB equal to I, BA equal to I, but AB not equal to BA. Even in that case, you cannot say B is inverse of A. So to A inverse equal to B for this condition has to be very, very strictly followed. You should have AB equal to BA equal to identity matrix. Right? So let's see how to find inverse of a matrix. I mean methods of evaluating inverse of a matrix, and we will discuss one by one. So using determinant of A, adjoint of A, and also using elementary transformation. So as I said, how to evaluate inverse of a matrix. It means the methods of evaluating the inverse of a square matrix. So methods of finding A inverse, we use two methods. First method is using determinant of A and adjoint of A. Our second method is elementary transformation method. So out of these two methods, we will be studying the first method today. Okay, so coming to the first method, using determinant of A and adjoint of A. So let me remind you of one of the properties of adjoint of A. As you know, for any square matrix A into adjoint of A equals to adjoint of A into A. This is equal to determinant of A into I. And as you know, determinant of A is a number. If I just consider this is equal to this. So A into adjoint of A by determinant of A equal to I. So if I consider these two, means if I write here adjoint of A divided by determinant of A into A, that is also equal to I. It means what? A into adjoint of A by determinant of A equal to adjoint of A by determinant of A into A, that is equal to I. So coming back to the basic definition, as we have stated, AB equal to BA equal to I. अगर ये कंडीशन है तो B equal to inverse of A. Here you see A into this equal to this into A equal to I. It means we have adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. That is our A inverse. So it means A inverse equal to adjoint of A by determinant of A. So by looking at this expression, it's very, very clear. Denominator cannot be 0. Means A determinant not equal to 0. So if determinant of A not equal to 0, it means A is a non-singular matrix. Because non-singular matrix is the square matrix whose determinant is not equal to 0. Okay, now is it clear why we have taken for any non-singular matrix A, there exists another square matrix B of the same order such that AB equal to BA equal to I. So because we need determinant A not to be 0, so that's why in the definition we have taken non-singular matrix. So from this definition, from this expression, it is also very, very clear. First thing, whenever we have to take inverse of A, we have to calculate A inverse, we have to be very, very sure determinant of A should not be 0. So if determinant of A equal to 0, I mean if matrix A is a singular matrix, you cannot have A inverse. Okay. So now next coming back to our first method. So it means method of finding A inverse using determinant of A and adjoint of A. So as we have just discussed, A inverse is adjoint of A by determinant of A, where determinant of A not equal to 0. So only in case of square matrix of determinant of A not equal to 0, we have A inverse exists. So we can just note down the points. First point is A inverse exists. A inverse exists only when A is a non-singular matrix. Okay, A inverse exists only when A is a non-singular matrix. It means we can say a matrix, a square matrix A is invertible only when it is non-singular. Second case is a zero matrix. A zero matrix, or you can say a singular matrix. Singular matrix is not invertible. Okay, a zero matrix as well as a singular matrix. In both the cases, see, zero matrix is the matrix whose all the elements are zeros. So obviously it will be singular matrix. And a singular matrix, even if a non-zero matrix, if the matrix is a square matrix and its determinant 0, we call it singular matrix. In both the cases, whether the matrix is zero matrix or the matrix is singular matrix, in both the cases, the matrix will not be invertible, because in that case determinant will be 0. So determinant 0 होगा तो denominator में 0 आ जाएगा. We cannot define it. So let's take some questions based on this. Find A inverse if, first case, let's take a simple one, 2 by 2 matrix. So maybe I can take 1, 3, 2, minus 1. Okay. So now let's check it whether it is invertible or not. If it is invertible, we can find A inverse. Determinant of A. So 2 by 2, you know, this into this, minus this into this. So it is minus 1, minus 6, minus 7, not equal to 0. So it means it is invertible. So this implies A inverse exists. Now we need adjoint of A also. C11, C12, C21, C22. So C11 cofactor equal to minor of this. So it is your minus 1. Cofactor of A12 is negative of minor. So C12 is minus of 2. C21 negative of minor, it is minus 3, it is 1. So it means your adjoint of A, you can write it directly, first row will become first column. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1. Okay, so A inverse equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A, which is minus 1 by 7 into minus 1, minus 3, minus 2, 1. So if you want, you can multiply minus 1 by 7 to each and every element of this. Write in that format like 1 by 7, 3 by 7, 2 by 7, minus 1 by 7. Or you can keep like this. Okay, it is up to you. Okay, so let's take 3 by 3 matrix and evaluate its inverse. So 3 by 3 matrix, and to find inverse of that matrix. So taking the determinant of A, because we have to check first whether the determinant is 0 or not 0. So it is 3 minus 2, 3, 2, 1, minus 1, 4 minus 3, 2. Okay, so you are now experts in evaluating the determinants. You can try and just check it. So here 3 into 2 minus 3 plus 2. I am taking row first from the first row. So here if you take like this, you are getting 4 plus 4 and plus 3 into, you are getting minus 6 minus 4. Means you are getting minus 3 plus 16 minus 30 minus 17. Okay, so minus 17. Determinant is non-zero. It means this is a non-singular matrix. So A inverse exists. Okay, just see the steps. So you have to get C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, C32, C33. So take the cofactors in this order. See, I have taken in row order only. So C11 is what? It is minus 1. C12, are you getting minus 8 here? C13 equal to cofactor equal to minor here. Are you getting minus 10? C21 cofactor is negative of minor. So here it is minus 5. C22, let's check it. C22, 6. 6 minus 12, minus 6. C23, negative of minor. See here, minus 9 plus 8. Minus 1, minus 9 plus 8. You are getting 1 here. C31 is minus 2. Sorry, 2 minus 3. Minus 1, C32, 9. C3 is here 3 plus 4, 7. Okay, so this is the cofactors you are getting like this. Okay, so let's take adjoint of this. Now adjoint of this is, so if I take adjoint of A, so as I have written in a systematic way, so I can save a little bit of time here. See, first row, second row and third row I have written like this. And as you know, adjoint of any matrix is transpose of its cofactor matrix. So what I can do here, minus 1, minus 8, minus 10 in first column, minus 5, minus 6, 1 in the second column, minus 1, 9 and 7. Okay, this is your adjoint of A. So after getting adjoint of A, and also we already have the determinant of A. So A inverse will be adjoint of A by determinant of A. So in that way, our A inverse is what? A inverse is your A inverse minus 1 by 17 of minus 1, minus 8, minus 10, minus 5, minus 6, 1, minus 1, 9, 7. Okay, so this is A inverse. Right, so again as before I have told you, if you want you can multiply this minus 1 by 17 inside. Okay, as you know scalar multiple of a matrix, or you can keep it like this. Okay, so this is the way how to evaluate inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix and 3 by 3 matrix, provided they are non-singular matrices. Okay, so now maybe let me just tell you very briefly some of the very important properties of inverse. Okay, before class. So properties of inverse of a matrix. First property. So just to remind you of the properties we have done in transpose of a matrix. Also we have done one property which is very common. You can say, we say it reversible property we can call it. And in both the cases, whether it is adjoint of A, like we have studied adjoint of AB equal to adjoint of B multiplied with adjoint of A. In case of transpose of a matrix, we have done transpose of AB equal to transpose of B multiplied with transpose of A. Similarly, whenever we take inverse of the product matrix AB, this is also B inverse into A inverse. So, inverse of the product equal to product of its inverses. Second property, transpose of A inverse equal to inverse of its transpose. Third property is, whenever you take, yes, so A inverse, determinant of this, as you know, A inverse is a square matrix. So if inverse of any square matrix exists, it is a square matrix only. So any square matrix has the determinant. So determinant of A inverse equal to inverse of the determinant. And inverse of the determinant means what? Whenever we say 5 to the power minus 1, it is 1 by 5, right? Yeah, minus 3 power minus 1, we write it minus of 1 by 3. Similarly, determinant is a number. That means this property gives us, if we have to evaluate determinant of any inverse matrix, A inverse basically, we can write it by 1 upon determinant of A. Okay. So it doesn't mean A inverse equal to 1 by A. Just be very careful. A inverse is not equal to 1 by A because matrix is not a number. Determinant is a number. Matrix is an arrangement. So that's why whenever we write 5 to the power minus 1, the inverse of 5 equal to 1 by 5. But we do not write inverse of A equal to 1 by A. But whenever it comes to, determinant of A inverse, it is inverse of a determinant of A. So you can verify by taking any square matrix. Okay. So this is one of the important properties. And also fourth property, A into A inverse equal to A inverse into A. That is equal to identity matrix. For very first definition we have written AB equal to BA equal to I. Then only B is called inverse of A. Means A into A inverse equal to A inverse into A equal to I. And fifth one you can just add inverse of a matrix. Inverse of a matrix is unique. It means if the matrix is invertible, then you do not have multiple inverses of that matrix. So it means in whichever method you may solve it, you will be getting the same answer. It means in any square matrix, any non-singular square matrix has single, one and only one inverse. Okay, so these are the some of the properties of inverse of the matrix, and these properties are very, very significant from the point of view of concepts. Okay, as you know, 25% questions of your question paper means out of 80, 20 marks you are getting 1 marker questions, and 1 marker questions means thorough preparation. It means you really have to be very, very, thorough with the basics, very, very thorough with the fundamentals. Okay, so from that point of view, so you cannot ignore any of the portions of the topic. So in next class we will be taking some of the questions which will be based on adjoint of matrix, its properties, transpose, then inverse of the matrices. So maybe we can consider very short type of questions, maybe questions can be 1 marker or 2 marker. Okay, so thank you so much.